COSM, MULN, and MMAT. Which of these three stocks should you be buying right now in order to make the highest return possible? You're going to know by the end of this video. We're up over 100% on the day on our top stock picks, and we sold at the top. Free Discord link in the description. If you want to make a killing in the stock market, then you're in the right place because this is your Trader's Edge. Welcome. Incredible return today on COSM, where we were able to sell it at the top at 58 cents, representing a 35% increase on capital, which is $3,500 return, trading with just $10,000. If we want to make incredible returns, we must be armed with incredible knowledge. We're going to start off by taking a look at COSM. We're going to go into MULN. And finally, we're going to take a look at MMAT, which has a ton of news. We want to look at the fundamentals of these stocks and cross-examine them with the technical charts themselves so that we can identify the perfect spot to buy each stock. Guys, if you can think back when you didn't have a trader's edge, when you were just starting off as a trader, then you'll know how important it is that you rate this video so that more traders can receive the kind of knowledge that they need to make profitable trades. You'll be helping people just like you. So please remember to rate this video and subscribe if you'd like more content like this. We're going to take a look starting with COSM. So let's go ahead and move to the chart. So here's COSM. What's the main news on COSM? Well, in February and October of 2022, COSM successfully conducted two separate rounds of financings with the combined proceeds of $13.5 million. Furthermore, the company has noted significant exercises of warrants in the month of November. As such, management now expects that by the end of the year's end, 2022, debt should be declined by roughly 50% versus prior year levels. We actually did overview this in our previous video, but we didn't go over the fact that the CEO has not sold any of his shares and has no plans to sell any of his shares. He just put out a positive PR statement, which goes to show just how strong the conviction that the CEO has in his own company. He truly believes that this stock is going to go up, and that kind of conviction has an impact on the traders. If you have some CEO who's willing to invest in his own company and who's not willing to liquidate his shares at any cost, that gives traders hope and faith in the company as well. That gives them a reason to want to believe in the company. We've seen this happen with Tesla, right? We've seen this happen when Tesla gave away the blueprints for their electric vehicles. Even though that didn't technically increase the value of the company, we saw the stock of Tesla skyrocket at the time, because what that showed to investors was this stock and this company, it believes so strongly that the company itself will go up from here, that it's actually willing to take a chance and it's actually willing to put its own capital at risk. And that just speaks volume for the value of a company. And the fact that the CEO just put another statement should impact this stock positively within the next few trading days. And that is actually what we're seeing on the chart, but we're not going to look at that yet. In fact, we still have two more stocks to go over, MULN and MMAT. MMAT is probably the most interesting, so you're going to want to stick around for that one. MULN is another stock, and this is one that's been very popular, talked about on a lot of different YouTube channels. This is MULN Automotive. It might never be able to bring its vehicles to market with cash and equivalents at $61 million against cash burn from operations of $18.3 million last quarter. This company is not doing well financially, and it also has a lot of competition in terms of Tesla, Rivian, and Volkswagen. There isn't a lot of positive news out for MULN right now, which means the overall value of the stock hasn't shifted much. What we'll go to later when we start going over the technicals of the chart is how MULN has fallen greatly. The only hope for MULN at this point is if we get a short squeeze, because the short interest on MULN is so high. This happened with stocks like GME, AMC, where they got pushed down so much because they're just such terrible companies. Okay, no offense to anyone holding AMC or GME, but these companies are not the strongest, right now. They just don't have the same draw that they used to in terms of financials and actually being profitable companies. But nevertheless, because people took such an interest in shorting them, there was other traders that took an interest in holding the company up. And if that happens with MULN, we can get parabolic, crazy price action to the upside as shorts struggle to cover their positions and buy back their shares, just like we talked about with COSM before, where COSM had 90% short interest, and we did get 100% increase on COSM. Now, be careful with anyone that recommends MULN without an exit strategy, because there are a lot of traders which will absolutely recommend this without giving it a second thought, and they will not tell you when to get in, when to get out. They won't have a technical indicator. This is the only channel where you're really going to get that in depth and also get this combined with the fundamental analysis so that you can get both sides of the coin and so that you're prepared no matter what happens so that you can make a profit consistently. And I just want to again warn you that if you're trading this, make sure to have an exit strategy. Make sure that you don't keep buying it if it keeps going down to 20 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents. This thing can go down 99%. I'm not going to have you lose 99% of your money. No trader who watches this video is going to lose 99% of their money on a garbage stock. With that being said, we do want to watch MULN because, again, it can squeeze. We want to make sure that it's consolidating. It has a clear point of support, which I'll actually show you on the chart that it actually does have that right now. So it may be something to start looking into. But before we get into that, we want to address the elephant in the room. MMAT. MMAT, okay, Metamaterials, is going to go through a spinoff very soon on December 12th. That's only about 2 weeks from now, less than 2 weeks from now. And when this happens, the parent company, MMTLP, which is actually the subsidiary of MMAT, will convert their shares to NextBridge, okay? NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And so all shares of MMTLP will be converted to shares of NextBridge. And that is very interesting because when a stock spin-off occurs, certain price action usually happens soon after. And I'm going to go over exactly what that means. So basically, MMTLP, anyone that owns MMTLP will lose their shares, but they will receive shares of NextBridge in return. And because MMAT is connected, right, because MMAT is the parent company of MMTLP, this will affect the value of MMAT in the near future. So MMAT will actually be affected by this stock spinoff that's occurring with MMTLP. So what usually happens following a stock spinoff? That is the question I want you to ask yourselves. And in the short term, a stock spinoff usually results in a dip. Okay, people get scared. There's some volatility. People don't know what's happening. They suddenly own these different shares. Okay, especially retail investors. But that dip is usually temporary. So again, because you're watching this video, you have an advantage because you don't necessarily have to sell at that dip, or maybe you'll even buy at that dip because you know that what's likely to happen next is upward price movement. However, in the mid to long term, spinoffs can result in upwards movement because spinoffs happen for a reason. That's what I want you to take away from this is spinoffs happen for a reason. They are a result of restructuring, usually much needed restructuring. And when restructuring occurs, then companies usually have the chance to grow in the mid to long term, which means that a stock usually outperforms following a stock spinoff. So this can actually be very good news for owners of MMTLP. Now, spinoffs are especially vulnerable to changes in the stock market. So if the stock market itself is strong, then MMAT is going to be strong as well. So when we analyze the chart for MMAT, we want to pay close attention to the overall market and make sure the overall market will perform well at the same time that we're invested in MMAT if we choose to buy it. Because if the market performs well, then MMAT will perform well along with it. If the market is not strong, then MMAT will fall along with it. And because there's increased volatility following a stock spinoff, meaning that the stock is more likely to move upwards and downwards following a stock spinoff, we want to be especially careful that the stock market is moving up after the spinoff, because that can result in parabolic price action, the kind of crazy 20-50% returns that me and my mentorship students have been getting in these recent days. So now I want to take a look at the actual charts themselves. Okay. So hopefully you guys remember a lot of the fundamentals that we went over here, but even if you don't, I will remind you, because we're going to take a look at the fundamentals and the technicals together and see if we can make sense of the ideal entry point to get into these amazing stocks here that the community has taken such an interest in. All right. So here we are on the stocks themselves. Now we can actually see the chart. So we started off with COSM. So that's where we're going to start as well. So we're on the daily chart, meaning that each of these candlesticks represents 1 day, and we see COSM start to squeeze after the improvement in the financials and after the short squeeze that occurred as shorts rush to cover their positions. Now we also see that the stock retraced back to that key level that I talked about earlier for the ideal buy-in price of COSM, about 40 cents. From that 40 cents level, it came up to about 58 cents, which is where me and anyone who follows this channel or is in the free Discord with a link down in the description sold their shares. Okay, so we actually sold the top today at around 58 cents. And so that did result from 40 to 58 cents in a good 35% return. Now, even if you weren't able to sell there, we can still see that the stock itself is responding to that 45-cent support level. And overall, looking on the daily chart here, we see an uptrend. And so what we want to see with COSM in the near future is we want to see the stock hold above this 53-cent level, because if it does so, it can easily come up to 63 cents, 65 cents, and even 69 cents in the near future. Those are the price targets that I have set for it. I will go over the price targets for COSM again later in the video, but I want to give you very briefly that this stock can go up further from where it's at right now. And the price action that COSM is showing us is showing that this stock can go up further from where it's at right now. Big disclaimer here. If you are trading COSM, I know there's a lot of talk about the CEO wanting to get the stock to $1. Do not wait for the stock to go to $1. Listen to me. Do not wait for the stock to go to $1. If every trader is waiting for the stock to go to $1, guess what we're going to get? An absolute bloodbath when it goes to $1, because everybody's going to be wanting to sell at $1. Everybody who sees $1 as a potential price target, there's going to be someone that says, oh, well, maybe it won't go to $1, but it will go to 99 cents. And then they'll start selling at 99 cents. And everyone waiting to sell at $1 will be left with their hands in their pockets as the stock waterfalls down and they lose all of the money that they could have made on the trade. And that's the last thing I want to happen to anyone who watches this channel, because you are now becoming informed. You are now getting an edge that no other trader has. You don't want to sell at $1. You want to sell at 70 cents, at 69 cents. You want to sell at the most at about 85 cents, because those are the levels where you can actually get a 30 to 50% return, and at the same time, not put your entire capital at risk. If you do wait for the stock to go to $1, it's possible that you can just end up losing money on the trade, because that level just won't hold. And again, that's not what I want for anyone who watches this channel. Everyone who watches this channel will become a millionaire if they listen to and apply the knowledge that they receive here. This is where the best trades on YouTube are. And so if you take this information and you actually listen and apply it in the market, you'll find that you're going to be making more and more money from home, to the point where you don't even have to work a day job anymore. So if you're ready to do something like that, then just listen to what I have to say here, because I've been trading for about 10 years And these things never end well when people wait for stocks to go to the price targets that are very public. It's always better to sell before that price target is hit and get out at a handsome profit while protecting yourself from that downside that usually happens when a stock nears the price target. I remember this happened with GME. It happened with AMC. It happens over and over again. And only the well-informed traders, which you are now a well-informed trader because you watch this channel, are actually making money. So you're going to be one of the ones making money. You're not going to get hoodwinked by this setup here on COSM. And now that you understand COSM and how to take advantage of the movement on COSM and make money on COSM, we're going to go into our second stock, MULN. So MULN has been in a terrible downtrend. I mean, it's gone from 30 cents to about 20 cents. And so that, if you think about it, is a decrease of about 33%. We don't like that, obviously. If we got in at 30 cents, we don't like our stocks to go down to 20 cents. That's 33% lost on our money. That's not great, which is why I wouldn't recommend this stock. And I'm not even taking a look at it until now because I know that a lot of you are interested in this stock. And so I want to be able to make sure that you're able to get out of this stock at a good profit or at least break even. So we had this stock holding a very key support level at about 20 cents for some time. And it just broke below that range for a moment before squeezing upward. Now, unfortunately, the stock did undergo very strong selling volume after that squeeze and is now trading in the middle of the price range here at about 20 to 21 cents. This can be good or bad. Remember, we looked at the MULN fundamentals and they're terrible. MULN can definitely go down further from here in terms of its value as a company. However, because this support level is holding, it may be that all of the horrible fundamentals have already been factored into the stock, and that's why it's holding this level so well. And the fact that we see the stock start to come up from 19 cents all the way to 23 cents in the just yesterday shows us that now may be the time to start loading up on shares of MULN, because if this pushes up further, we can probably get a retest of 22 cents at least, if not all the way to 23 cents or 28 cents. Now, what kind of return is this? If we go from 20 cents to 23 or 28 cents, what kind of return is that on our capital? Well, it's 10%, it's 15%, it's maybe 30%. It's nothing crazy. So don't expect to become a millionaire trading MULN. However, MULN does have interesting price movement here just because of this right here, this consolidation at lows. So if you can pick up this stock at around 19 cents to 20 cents, and you see that the stock is holding that level for a period of time, then you can certainly take advantage of that and get in at a good price. If you see the stock uptrending above 22 cents and it holds that level, then you can get in there as well and take a ride up to 25 or 27 cents. But don't expect this stock to make you a millionaire. MULN has some interesting price activity, but it's also a very fundamentally weak stock. So be careful on holding this. This thing was valued at 55 cents before. Being at 20 cents now, it's down 50%. So I feel bad for anyone that lost 50% of their money on this stock, but I would also don't want you to become one of them. So we do have one more stock to take a look at, and that stock is MMAT. MMAT is a stock that's in a long-term uptrend. So we see that after that news of the spinoff, traders were already anticipating that this was going to be really good news. They're really happy, really excited. The stock is currently at a support level of about 177, but it's refusing to push up higher. Be careful with this stock, guys. MMAT is refusing to push up higher. And we see in the past on the daily chart that this level that we're currently at right now, about $2, it's been a core point of resistance for many, many months. Okay, it's all the way back in January of 2022 that we first saw that this stock would not be valued above $2 for more than 3 trading days. What that means is If we're buying the stock here, the stock can very well plummet just like it did here, okay, on the 24th of 2022, where it went from $1.90 all the way down to $1.20. If you don't want to lose 50% of your capital, I recommend not holding this stock overnight and instead day trading it when you see an initiating of uptrend on MMAT. Now, I know that we're going to have some crazy news coming out with MMAT. Remember, that stock spinoff is probably going to result in the dip first. So what I recommend doing is waiting for the stock spinoff to happen, see the way the price reacts to the spinoff. If it dips and it comes to a point of support like $1.60 or $1.20, then that can be your chance to get in at a good price. But if it just shoots up from there, and it breaks $2.10, then that can be another potential entry. So you actually have multiple ways of playing this stock, but we don't want to get in right here because this is literally at the top of the mountain. It's a long way down, guys. I don't want you to fall off that cliff and lose all your money. It doesn't matter if I'm able to help you make 200% returns if you lose 50% of your money trading stocks that aren't in a good position in the first place. So please take a look at MMAT, look at what's in front of us here and see that this stock is just not at a great place right now. It's at the top of the mountain. If we want to trade MMAT, we want to be day trading it. We want to be getting in and out at a safe spot and not holding the stock at a point to where we may just wake up to 50% of our money gone. So this is our three stocks. We went over each one: COSM, MULN, and MMAT. Now I'm going to go over which stock I recommend buying right now if I were to have to choose one of these stocks to invest in. So here we are. The winner is COSM. COSM simply has the clearest fundamentals and chart pattern. Okay, this is the only stock that we can really say is in a clear uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. And we want to go over the buy-in and price targets now so you know exactly what I mean. There's a 75% chance that COSM price will spike to 59 cents. There is a 10% chance that COSM's price will spike to 65 cents. Now, I'm actually going to revise this. It's actually more of a 30% chance that COSM will spike to 65 cents. So we have a good thing with COSM. We have an uptrending stock that's likely to go to our price targets of 59 cents and 65 cents and even go higher than that possibly. And the ideal entry price is 35 to 45 cents. And that's the entry price which I've been talking about for a long time. Anyone that took that entry price today was able to make a 35% return in one day. So hopefully you guys were listening. The price targets are 59 cents and 65 cents. So again, you can have a chance to make a great return if you want to hold it all the way to 69 cents or 85 cents. Those are my profit targets 3 and 4. So keep an eye on those prices as well if you want to hold it past 65 cents. But remember that this stock at $1 is likely going to tank like a man falling off a cliff. So please do not be one of the traders that gets caught in that maelstrom. Thank you guys for watching this video. You just got 3 stocks analyzed and you saw exactly where to buy and sell them based on the fundamentals and technical analysis of the chart. If you like getting analysis like these, please consider subscribing to the channel and please rate this video. Rating this video allows more traders to get an edge and succeed in the stock market just like you. If you know how difficult it can be navigating the stock market as a beginner, then please rate this video so that other traders who are right now struggling, who need your help, can receive this knowledge and use it to their advantage in the stock market. Thank you again for coming to the channel and have an amazing night.